Wednesday, February 18th.
It was a false spring, I guess, over the last several weeks.
One more blast of winter. Your highway conditions and forecast straight ahead.
We know that people are having difficulty, great difficulty accessing family physicians, accessing nurse practitioners.
Some alarming data when it comes to emergency room wait times in this province.
This is a Cub before they were a Piper Cub. This is built in Hamilton, so one of 134 ever made in Canada, and we have one of the few of them that are still around.
A team of volunteers at the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum working to give old planes new lives. Here, stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janelle Lippi. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Boy, oh boy, are those conditions out there on the roads terrible.
They are, and they're going to continue today, too.
Kayleen decided she was going to drive home from Alberta overnight. She says, don't try that.
Don't try that. She's very brave. I wouldn't recommend.
Very brave. I have another word for it. Let's get to news, which is the weather. Many parts of Saskatchewan waking up under yellow or orange snowfall warnings this morning, and it's having a major impact, as you'd expect, on our highways. Take a look at the map on your screen. Areas in blue are travel not recommended, and that includes just about everywhere. Highways around Saskatoon proper are currently maroon, meaning they're snow covered, but most roads to the east are travel not recommended. Further to the south to Regina, that's a lot of blue. Highway hotline reporting snow, blowing snow and ice with reduced visibility. That includes Highway 1 from Herbert all the way over to Whitewood. Be careful.
It was a false spring, I guess, over the last several weeks.
After a few weeks of spring-like conditions, there's been a sudden return to snow. Of course, it rained first here in Regina. Why wouldn't it? A large system of snow from Alberta blasting across the province, leaving up to 35 centimeters in some areas. There are yellow and orange snowfall warnings in effect. Intersections in the city of Regina, at very least, are slick. Saskatoon didn't get it quite as hard, I understand. And that same system is bringing freezing rain and snow to southern Ontario today, with everything from freezing rain, ice pellets, and heavy snow on the way. There are a number of weather warnings in place. Some areas could get up to 15 millimeters of ice buildup. And in Newfoundland and Labrador, they're also getting hammered this morning with a wicked storm. Up to 60 centimeters of snow is possible in some areas, with orange winter storm warnings in place. Emergency officials saying to stay home in that area. Prime Minister Mark Carney is confirming Canada has started trade discussions with countries from the EU and some Pacific nations. Some experts say that could strain our relationship with the U.S. even more.
We know Donald Trump. If you go down this road, he will take this as a personal affront. And we seem to be walking into the punches. I don't quite understand the strategy.
The potential trading bloc would include 39 countries representing 1.5 billion people. The idea builds on the Prime Minister's speech in Davos, where he called on the world's middle powers to join together. Opposition MPs say while they applaud the PM's efforts, they should be focused on renewing Canada-US-Mexico trade agreements. Canada's inflation rate slowed down slightly last month. New data from Statistics Canada says inflation ticked down to 2.3% in January. Food prices were up, but that was offset by cheaper fuel prices. This is our first look at the nation's inflation numbers since the Bank of Canada held its interest rate steady last month. The bank will get to see the February numbers before its next rate decision on March 18th. A Saskatoon man notorious for spying on women is back behind bars and will stay there until a bail hearing scheduled for later this week. Jeremy Dodge is following this closely for us. The latest, sir.
Thank you very much, Daryl. 37-year-old Kyle Hamiluk, previously convicted on 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night. He was back in front of a judge yesterday, appearing by video from the Saskatoon Correctional Centre. As the Crown detailed his alleged violation, Hamiluk was arrested on Valentine's Day, hours after leaving jail for allegedly using a cell phone with a camera. It's contrary to his court-imposed conditions, which also include a curfew and no contact with past victims.
Well, this guy's a prolific offender. I'm not surprised at all that he was in trouble in a short period of time. He has a terrible track record. I'm glad that Saskatoon police got him for something like they did, having a phone and not looking in the window of a house and violating another woman's privacy.
Lewis says Hamulek's alleged breach being so early after release will likely make it more difficult for him to be released on bail again. And Saskatoon police have charged 4 people following a robbery and a couple of attempted robberies. It was on December 5th. A person in Saskatoon told police 3 men pointed a gun at him and threatened him with violence. Police later learned the same men committed a robbery in Moose Jaw on December 4th and were planning to do another one in Saskatoon December 6th. One of the men was arrested. 2 others believed to have gone to Calgary were arrested December 24th, coming back to Saskatoon. And last week, a 4th person was arrested with 2 homes and a vehicle searched. And here's a look at what was seized: weapons, ammunition, as well as $25,000 worth of vape products. All 4 men facing a string of weapons, conspiring to commit robbery, evading police, and intimidation charges. Well, Daryl, a Regina man facing 76 charges for a string of break-ins over the past few years.
Yeah, those break-ins happened in communities and the surrounding areas of southern Saskatchewan between 2019 September and 2026 February. Following an investigation by RCMP, investigators determined a total of $50,000 had been stolen, in addition to debit and credit cards, gift cards, alcohol, and antique coins. Police have charged and arrested Michael Arsenault with 62 counts of breaking and entering, 12 counts of attempted break and enter with intent, and 1 count each of possession of property under and over $5,000. They'll be in court later this morning. City of Regina is instituting a surcharge for non-residents accessing its public recreation programs. Officials are requesting individuals or families registering for different programs to verify their address in person at either the Sandra Smirler Leisure Centre, Northwest Leisure Centre, Lawson Pool, or at City Hall. For those who live outside city limits, a 50% surcharge will be added when you register on your fee. Now, the surcharge will begin for the city's summer season. That includes programs like swimming lessons, fitness, sports, fine arts, and adapted city-run programs. It does not apply to users buying daily single admission, bulk admission, leisure passes, or those accessing drop-in programs.
Regina is a welcoming city. We still want visitors to come and use our facilities, and drop-in programs will still be available at the regular charge. The non-resident surcharge only affects certain programs when people sign up for themselves or for their children, and that prioritizes the residents of Regina to get access to those programs.
The city's summer leisure guide will be released in May, with registration for Regina residents opening a week prior to non-residents. For more information, as well as a full list of programs and resident eligibility, head to the City of Regina website. Federal and provincial governments are providing an additional $1.4 million to address interpersonal violence. It will go toward programs provided by 10 organizations across the province. Included is a workplace education program about the signs of domestic abuse.
So offering this training more widely, we hope will really get us a lot further in terms of combating violence and abuse in this province, knowing that many people are first talking to a coworker, they're first talking to a friend or a family member before they reach out to those formal services. So hopefully that can be some of the connection.
The funding also provides $100,000 to provide temporary foster care for pets while their owners are in transition housing. A team of volunteers at the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum working to give an old plane new life. This J3 Cub airplane was sitting in a barn for nearly 35 years before being donated to the museum. After 2 months and an estimated 640 hours of work, the plane has started to take shape again. The museum is halfway towards its $40,000 goal, fundraising, which is necessary to get it back in the sky.
This is a Cub before they were a Piper Cub. This is built in Hamilton. It's one of 134 ever made in Canada, and we have one of the few of them that are still around. Pretty cool. The restoration team is hopeful they'll see the plane in the air by June.
Canada's men's hockey team starts its playoff run at the Milano Cortina Olympics today. Canada will play Czechia in their quarterfinal matchup. The two teams played each other in the tournament opener. Canada won that game 5-0, you'll remember. In snowboarding, Regina's Mark McMorris is going for his 4th Olympic medal in the men's slopestyle final. He missed big air after a crash. He hit his head. And it's more medal opportunities in short track. The men's 500-meter and women's 3,000-meter relay are both happening today. So we're keeping our eyes on that as we take a look at the medal standings. Norway continues to lead, 31 medals, 14 of those gold. The United States has crept up in the standings. They now have 21. Canada in 11th with 3 gold, 4 silver, 5 bronze. Let's turn our attention back to the weather picture. We talked about the roads off the top and how the conditions are. It's still not looking great out there, but it will, as the week goes on, get a little bit better.
It will. Today is expected to be our last day where we are experiencing these very wintry conditions. Tomorrow, those skies are supposed to lighten up. But let's first take a look here at our current temperature in Regina. Behind me, it's foggy. You're seeing that snow still falling. That is expected to last throughout today as well. -10 currently, seeing those snowy conditions progress throughout the day. They will be tapering off later on tonight. But as for today, this morning and this afternoon, be careful on those roads. Make sure you're checking in with Highway Hotline. Over to Saskatoon now, -16, seeing those cold conditions. Those will be progressing as well. This is going to be a colder week, but before we get into that, let's look at the futurecast here, where you could see that snow system moving through our province here. So this is about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, where we'll see those clouds still around. However, that snow is beginning to disappear. Now, currently we are under the 2 advisories, a yellow blowing snow warning and an orange snowfall warning, which means visibility is still decreasing and snow is expected until tonight. Now, for our total snowfall amounts, this will be a little bit later on here this morning. Saskatoon seeing about 4 centimeters, Regina 8, Yorkton 7. Now later on into tomorrow, Saskatoon still at that 7 centimeter mark. Prince Albert seeing 12 centimeters, Regina heading up to 9. So again, that snow will be continuing throughout today. We will be accumulating a little bit more. Now for our current temperatures, Buffalo Narrows -21, Stony Rapids -30, Nipawin -15, Melfort sitting at about -16, the Battleford's -17, Swift Current -19, Yorkton -12, Estevan -6. For our highs today here in the province, the Battleford's at -16, Swift Current -18, Weyburn -9, Estevan -6, and Yorkton -10. Now for a 7-day forecast here in Regina, -11 as our high for today. We'll be reaching that low of about -18 here tonight. Now today is expected to be the last day for these scattered flurries. Tomorrow, those skies will clear up. We'll see a little bit more sunshine. -19 as the high, and on Friday we'll wrap up the week with -17. Over to Saskatoon now, -14 as today's high. Will be reaching about -23 as the low tonight. Tomorrow seeing a bit more sunshine as well. -20 is the high. Friday -21. Saskatoon and surrounding area will be seeing about -21 as the high for Saturday to kick off the weekend. In case you missed it, the first solar eclipse of the year is visible over Antarctica on Tuesday. The celestial event will only be fully visible from the Earth's southernmost continent. Joy.
Hop, skip, and a jump. I'll be there yesterday.
You won't want to miss out on this.
Yeah, which happened yesterday.
Yes, during this type of eclipse, the moon appears smaller because it's further away from the Earth, so it does not completely block out the sun. On August 12th, there is expected to be rather a total solar eclipse visible from Greenland, Iceland, Spain, Russia, and part of Portugal. Parts of North America, Europe, and Africa will also be able to see a partial eclipse.
Great. We all get to put on those goofy glasses?
Yes. No, that's great, though.
Those silly glasses?
Yes.
And they tell you we all tell you don't look at the sun, and everybody goes, what?
Yeah. Protect your eyes.
All right. question of the day today is less of a question. It's more of a plea because we know the roads are terrible. The conditions weren't great yesterday. They were ungood, as I like to say. So we're asking just for some photographical evidence.
Yeah. We want to see pictures of the storm that you experienced. So you can text us at 10400. Standard message and data rates may apply. Or you can scan the QR code on your screen.
We're talking picnic tables, Jeremy, full of snow. We're talking your bird feeder with birds that look angry because it was spring last week.
Yeah.
My front walk up to my front door is just in the worst angle, and it's where the hugest drifts come every storm. So I could get a picture of that one later.
Perfect.
Shovel all day.
Oh man, I could skate from my house, my front door, to the front door of this building. I'm fairly certain of that. So
wow,
very slippery.
You're outside. Penguin walks, like I tell my son. Penguin walks. Slow and steady. Scan the QR code. Share your pictures. We're back after this.
Hello, everyone. Glenn Sheeler inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. And for that, we're going across the pond. Little footy action. Just over 4 minutes into the second half, Vinicius Jr. steps just inside the box, unleashes an absolute missile here into the far corner. Just a brilliant strike from the 25-year-old Brazilian. The only goal in Real Madrid's first leg victory over Benfica in Champions League. A game otherwise marred, though, by alleged racist abuse against Vini Jr. by both Benfica fans, players. His goal, though, was the difference, and that is your must-see moment. And Canada's quest for gold, well, in men's hockey, it continues today. Yes, quarterfinal clash, Canada against Czechia. Remember, Canada blanked the Czechs 5-0 in the preliminary round of play. Coverage for that begins 10:30 a.m. Eastern on CBC and TSN1. That's all for now, everyone. Have a great day.
Any woman who's had a baby knows how difficult it can be to shed pounds and get back to pre-baby weight. Perhaps that's why Danish researchers found a 5-fold increase in prescriptions for GLP-1 weight loss medications like Wegovy for women who had delivered a baby in the past 6 months. GLP-1s are not recommended for use during pregnancy, and there is limited safety data for their use during the postpartum period. Experts simply don't know what kind of impact they have on breastfeeding, hormones, or long-term health risks in mom and baby. If you're thinking about using GLP-1 after having a baby, talk with your doctor first, especially if you're breastfeeding. They can help you sort through safety questions and discuss other steps to help you stay healthy. With this Medical Minute, I'm Michelle Franzen.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is expected to testify today inside an LA courtroom at a trial over whether social media companies have been deliberately getting children addicted to their apps. With the latest, here's Nicole D'Antonio.
This morning, Mark Zuckerberg set to take the witness stand. The man in charge of Facebook and Instagram will face questions under oath about whether his social media platform deliberately targets children with addictive design features. A 20-year-old woman who's also suing YouTube claims the apps hooked her with features like instant notifications, autoplay, and infinite scrolling, which she claims caused her depression and suicidal thoughts. She began using social media at the age of 6. Some legal analysts say jurors may have a tough time buying her argument.
They're pointing at KGM, that's the name for the 19-year-old who's the plaintiff in this case. They're pointing at KGM and saying, yes, there could be some negative things about social media, but let's talk about her. There was already issues with her, and that's what caused a lot of the mental and physical issues that she's arguing with, not social media.
Defense attorneys are trying to prove the plaintiff had mental health struggles before using their apps, and they say the companies have invested in safeguards and new policies to protect children. An Instagram executive testified last week that keeping teens safe is in the company's financial interest, saying, quote, "It's really hard to imagine any instance where prioritizing safety isn't good for revenue." This will be Zuckerberg's first testimony in court on the potential dangers of social media.
I think that there are harms that we need to work to mitigate.
He's previously testified before Congress in 2024 when he addressed parents who said their children were exploited or harmed online. TikTok and Snapchat were also sued in this case, but already settled. The trial is expected to last through March and could determine how hundreds of similar lawsuits play out. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Keep our eye on that. In the meantime, let's take a look at gas prices. Courtesy GasBuddy.com. The common price in Regina, about $1.28. In Saskatoon, $1.25. The low end, you can see on your screen. Lowest in Regina, $1.29. And the lowest in Saskatoon, $1.16.9. Farm markets is where we go to next. The street price of canola trading at $6.17.13 at yesterday's close. It's down 10 cents at current. Futures price down $3.40 yesterday at $6.62. Amber Durum wheat at $278.59 per ton. Red Spring wheat is trading at $253.49 per ton. How about the Canadian dollar? It's down ever so slightly from yesterday's close. It will start the day at 73.23 cents against the American greenback. CTV Your Morning Saskatchewan continues right after this. .30, welcome to your Wednesday. Many parts of Saskatchewan, as you know, waking up under orange or yellow snowfall warnings this morning, and it's having a major impact on our highways. Conditions haven't changed a whole lot since we looked about a half hour ago. Areas in blue on the map are travel not recommended, which includes just about everywhere. Highways around Saskatoon proper currently maroon, meaning they are snow covered, but most roads to the east are travel not recommended. Further south to Regina, that's a lot of blue on your screen. Highway hotline reporting snow, blowing snow and ice with reduced visibility. That includes Highway 1 from Herbert all the way over to Whitewood. We'll keep our eyes on those conditions for you. The Saskatchewan NDP say they've received some alarming data over the long weekend showing lengthy emergency room wait times across the province. But the Sask Health Authority says their numbers aren't entirely accurate. Jacob Carr with why.
Over the long weekend, patients at Saskatoon's Royal University Hospital spent 103 hours in the emergency room, the longest wait time in the province, according to Saskatchewan Health Authority data released by the NDP.
We know that people are having great difficulty accessing family physicians, accessing nurse practitioners, getting a hold of those inoculations that used to be very, very easy to get in the past.
A screenshot of the provincial capacity report for February 13th at 8 a.m. shows patients waited 81 hours at Saskatoon's St. Paul's Hospital, 67 hours at Regina General Hospital, and 23 hours at the Pasqua Hospital. But according to the Saskatchewan Health Authority, those numbers only paint a partial picture. In a statement, they said the data referenced reflects the entire time a patient spends in the emergency department, not the time it takes to receive care. Adding, the SHA is committed to meeting the needs of patients during periods of increased demand, and that the SHA thanks its staff and physicians for the work they are doing. The NDP says ongoing discussions with workers in the healthcare sector are important, but the current healthcare system is failing them and their patients.
We're going to take our time to make sure that we get it right. I know they've said being treated with respect and dignity is also important to them staying in this province, but absolutely, this is both a healthcare system that has too many patients and not enough people to meet those demands.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
The provincial government has reached a $4.8 million settlement with a Saskatoon-based Surecom Industries over the province's tire recycling. The province said the settlement was not an admission of liability by the government, nor any of the defendants in the lawsuit, but is, quote, believed to represent the best interests of Saskatchewan residents and the tire recycling industry, end quote. Surecom's CEO said in a brief statement the company was relieved the matter has met its end and is prepared to move on. In the lawsuit, Surecom had alleged that it was unfairly excluded from bidding on a tire recycling contract with Tire Stewardship Saskatchewan and sought $10 million or more in damages. The company has since shut down its recycling plant. Saskatoon police advising you of fraud emails making their rounds. The fake emails are being sent from Saskatchewan Provincial Services and claim the person receiving them has been issued a provincial violation ticket with instructions to pay a fine through an attached link. Anyone who receives the email should immediately delete it. Do not click that link. Members of BC's legislature paid tribute to the victims and survivors of Tumbler Ridge 1 week after the mass shooting.
Her self-sacrifice and her actions on the day of this horrific event likely saved the lives of 3 children in the library.
BC Premier David Eby spoke about the heroic actions of an educational assistant who was killed. One of the survivors, Paige Hoekstra, was shot in the chest. According to her family, she is now well enough to return home to Tumbler Ridge. 12-year-old Maya Edmonds, who was shot in the head, remains in hospital. Meanwhile, temporary classrooms are being brought in so that students don't have to go back into the school where 6 people were shot and killed. There will also be no pressure for students to return before they are ready. Canada has a defense strategy, a new one, worth $6.6 billion.
It means building a domestic defense industrial base so we are never hostage to the decisions of others.
The minister says the plan puts Canada first by arming the military and boosting Canada's defense industry. He also says it will be complementary, not in competition with American defense supply chains. The goal is to have Canadian companies provide 70% of the military's needs and to increase Canada's defense exports by 50% over the next decade. That will also mean the creation of 125,000 new jobs. Plus, the government will set up a new defense investment agency to streamline the system. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says he doesn't agree with comments made by one of his MPs who called Canada's reaction to the U.S. president's tariffs an anti-American hissy fit.
Well, he speaks for himself, and I speak for the party.
Giovanni made the comments to right-wing media outlet Breitbart last week. Giovanni made a solo trip to Washington to meet with senior U.S. officials. He called the conversations productive. Giovanni is a personal friend of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Poilievre says he's spoken with him since that trip, and the message afterward was that Canada needs to focus on what it can do at home to increase leverage in negotiations. A group of Manitobans have decided to shake up curling in a major way. They call it a fun spiel, and it's been around for about 30 years. Players have been going to Minnesota, but with the current tensions, they decided to go to Moosomin. Also starts with an M. The Manitobans' spin on the sport is adding a whole lot of jokes, including an award for the weakest team.
Everybody puts on a fun team name, and then they put on costumes according to their theme name, and then we give everybody nicknames. It's just fun.
Why not? Over 60 fun spielers, as they call themselves, took over the Moosomin rink. They're hoping to go back next year. 32 university and college curling rinks from across Canada are in the house this week at the Cali Curling Club. They are taking part in the U Sports University Curling Championships and the Canadian Colleges Athletic Association Curling Championships. It's been 14 years since it's been here in the Queen City. Past participants have gone on to curl in the Brier, Scotties, or even the Olympic Games.
So I kind of grew up in a curling family. My mom played competitively, my dad did, lots of family members did. So for me, skipping was kind of the easiest way to get into the sport, and I really enjoy it.
This is the big event in their curling year at the university level. A really nice bridge kind of between that junior level and the men's women's level. So a nice bridge that kind of guides you into men's and women's play.
16 men's and 16 women's rinks began a round-robin series games yesterday with the top teams competing in the playoffs on Saturday. You can see that all at the Cali Curling Club. Great job by the volunteers and everything. Putting that on. The roads is what we're looking at, and it's all because of this weather you brought us.
That's right. Well, unfortunately, it's sticking around one more day. Now, let's look behind me here at the Morning View, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Currently, we're at -11 right here in Regina, seeing those skies still pretty hazy. Now, those scattered flurries are still abundant. We will see that continue throughout the day. Tomorrow, skies will lighten up. Now, over to Saskatoon, -16. Similar conditions. Visibility is a little bit low. Those roads are icy. Make sure you're keeping your eye on Highway Hotline. Now, let's move over to our Futurecast, where you can see that system of snow moving through. So again, that is this morning into the afternoon and earlier into the evening before we'll start to see these conditions lightening up. We still are under the 2 advisories, a yellow blowing snow warning and an orange snowfall warning, which again means that visibility is decreased and that snow is expected to stick around until tonight. For our current temperatures here throughout the Saskatchewan, Buffalo Narrows -21, Spiritwood -17, Melfort -16, Nipawin -15, the Battleford's -17, Wynyard sitting at -14, East End -23, and Weyburn -8. For our highs today throughout the province, as you can see, those scattered flurries are consistent. Swift Current seeing about -18, Moose Jaw -14, Weyburn -9, Yorkton -10, and Prince Albert -14. For our 5-day forecast here in Regina, minus 11 will be the high that we hit today. We'll be reaching about minus 18 as our low for tonight. Tomorrow, those skies will be lightening up just a little bit. Some sunshine is on the way, but those temperatures are still quite cool. Minus 19 as our high for tomorrow. Friday will be reaching about minus 17 to wrap up our week, and on Saturday, still seeing that sunshine and minus 18. Over to Saskatoon, minus 14 today is the high, minus 23 tonight as that low. Tomorrow, still some cloud cover in the sky, but that sun is trying to peek out, minus 20 as the high. On Friday, more sunshine, minus 21. Over the weekend, Saturday, minus 21, but minus 29 as the low. So if you've got some weekend plans, definitely bundle up. And on Sunday, minus 18.
The Canadian housing market started the year in a deep freeze as both prices and sales continued their downward trend. The benchmark home price fell 0.9% in January to $665,200, the lowest level in almost 5 years, according to seasonally adjusted data from the Canadian Real Estate Association. Sales of existing homes plunged by 5.8% month over month as densely populated regions were hit with a major winter storm. The benchmark price dropped by 5% from January of 2025, while sales activity came in 16% lower than a year ago. An Ontario court has ordered investors who benefited from a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme to return $21.5 million in profits to the bankruptcy estate of Douglas Grosel, the Burlington, Ontario man who ran the scheme for 2 years before it collapsed in 2022. It will be used to compensate other victims who lost everything. Some of the winners were arguing that the court cannot conclude that Grosel intended to commit fraud in every transaction and payouts should be reviewed individually. That was rejected. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Janelle, if I ventured out after yesterday's show for a particularly rough assignment, let's take a look at that.
Good morning. We've got a cute one for you here today. I am down at Bright Eyes Dog Rescue. I've got Shelby with me. Shelby, we've got also Shadow with us. Well, let's talk a little bit about who this furry friend is.
Hey, this is Shadow. She just came to us yesterday into our care. She has to have her eye removed, so she's going to get surgery for that within the next week or two. She's going to a foster home today where she'll get to have the surgery and recover, and then she'll be posted for adoption shortly after that when she's healed up from her surgery. She's about a year old. Guess like a shepherd mix. It's hard to say exactly what breed she is, but she's so sweet and has such a good temperament. Yeah, she's the best.
She is the best. I can absolutely speak to that. She's a doll. What type of family do you think might be best for Shadow?
I think a family, she'd probably be good with kids. So far, she's been very even-tempered. She did come from a home that had 4 other dogs, so she is good with other dogs. We don't know how she is with cats, but she might meet a cat while she's at her foster home, so she'll be able to tell us. And yeah, one that has patience, because with any rescue, usually it takes them a bit of time to settle into their new routine and home. So it always requires some patience.
Of course it does. If somebody is interested in Shadow, how can they go about getting some more information on her?
So just keep an eye on our website at bedr.ca/available dogs. And when she's posted, that's the page she'll be on. We also have Facebook and Instagram accounts, so she'll be posted on there when she goes up for adoption.
All right. Well, Shadow is an absolute doll. Let's help her find that forever home. Once again, down at Bright Eyes Dog Rescue. If you're interested in Shadow, you can get a hold of them and get a little bit more information on this sweetheart.
The defending Canada West champion University of Saskatchewan Huskies men's hockey team is hitting the ice this week with one thing on their mind, and that is to win the West. And I'm joined now by head coach Brandon Cody. Coach, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
So this is a hill that you did manage to climb to the top of last year. You've got a couple of mountains over the next little while, but this is the first one. Does the fact that you did win Canada West last year, does that do anything to the vibes heading into this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. Guys are really excited to get back at it in the playoffs here now. So, I think anytime you have experience and you win, it's a good thing to have. At the same time, it's a new year. We know that. And everybody's been gunning for us all year. But we're really looking to have that atmosphere in our building here this weekend again.
Okay, so it's a best of 3 against Alberta, a team you are 2-0 against this year. How is that matchup for you?
Yeah, we match up really well. Anytime Alberta and Saskatchewan play each other, no matter where each other finish in the standings, it's always exciting hockey. It's a long-standing rivalry, a lot of history there. So, our guys are really excited to play the Bears here at home, and we've had some recent success, so we'll take that into it. But again, at the same time, it's a new game every time you step on the ice, and they're going to look to knock us off as well. But we'll be ready for it.
You got some real firepower this year. The conference's leading scorer in Chance Petruik, and then Connor Roulette has been scoring like crazy as well. What's it like to have those two on the ice come playoff time?
Yeah, anytime you have the benefit to have, we got Dawson Holt as well, 3 of the top 10 scorers in the league. It's always great to have. But, they're going to be looking to shut our guys down. We've got lots of depth, lots of scoring depth up and down our lineup. Landon Kozier on D is one of the top scoring defensemen in the league too. So, to have that, but at playoff time, it's a little bit of a different game. We got to be able to engage physically and go after them that way. But to have those guys in there is great.
Have you been watching the Olympics? Or are you just laser focused? Or are you excited for Team Canada hockey today, or what?
Absolutely. No, we've been watching it. As coaches, we always are looking at when there's best on best like that, there's always things you can learn and take from it and use for their team. So we've been using a lot of the video from the games here so far with them. And we're cheering for them, we're rooting for them. And it's going to be exciting to watch here this morning.
All right, well, some of the best versus some of the best looking to get back to nationals where they won bronze last year. This is the first step of that. Starts Friday at 7 p.m. at Merlis Belcher Place. Going to be a great weekend of hockey. Thanks a lot, Coach, and good luck.
Okay, thanks for having me.
It's February 18th and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy belated 8th birthday to Kian and Ariana. Lots of love from Mom, Dad, and Caden. And it's Aaron's birthday. Your family is wishing you all of the best on your special day. And happy birthday to Grumps, Tammy, and the rest of your family. Love you and hope you enjoy the day.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
How was getting to work this morning?
Actually, not bad. It's strangely satisfying too, being like the first one on the roads to like get that initial path going and everything like that, and then you screw up everyone that followed you because you're swerving apparently, as I was doing. But no, it was all right. Things could be worse though. Highway hotline, a lot of travel not recommended out there, so just be careful this morning. Maybe stay in. Dial us up with the iHeartRadio app and get ready, because I think this morning is the time we are going to be cracking that co-op number. We got the fifth digit, I should say, yesterday. So we are just one number off. We're at $1,250 playing at 7 o'clock this morning. So it's just one number separates you from that money. Get ready. We'll have that keyword coming for you at 7 o'clock.
We're going to get that number. It's coming. I can feel it.
I can feel it today, too. It's going to happen. Or tomorrow.
Or maybe.
One of those for sure.
One of them.
A week after he headlined the Super Bowl halftime show, Bad Bunny has the #1 song in America. DTMF, the title track of his current album, tops the Billboard Hot 100, while 3 more of his songs are in the top 10. Get ready for the best of both worlds. The Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special debuts on Disney Plus March 24th. Filmed in front of a live audience, the special features an in-depth interview with Miley Cyrus, unseen archival footage, and more. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. After releasing his protest song Streets of Minneapolis, Bruce Springsteen is traveling there March 31st with the E Street Band to launch the Land of Hope and Dreams tour. The tour wraps up May 27th at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. In a statement, the boss said, "We will be rocking your town in celebration and in defense of America." And happy birthday to John Travolta. The Grease and Saturday Night Fever star turned 72 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
All right, let's kick things off with the shelter dog overflowing with doodles.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together.
The animal shelter in Delta, BC, dealing with an influx of some very unique doodles. Although something seems a little bit off with this pack.
They just got their hair done.
Me too, girl. Me too.
They're cute.
Oh, baby. Okay, what do you got for us?
All right, well, everyone knows somebody who's a little bit mischievous.
Jeremy. Yeah.
So for this woman, it's her nephew,
yes.
Grayson, who loves having fun with the hose. And despite her yelling for him to stop, he's happy to just keep on spraying.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. That looks like a great time.
That's what it's for.
Oh, yeah. Last week it felt like we were so close to this.
I know.
And then it's winter again. Jeremy, very quickly, what do you got for us?
All right. Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly through the clouds? Here's a hint.
What just happened?
Yeah, Daredevil took to base jumping, leaping through some thick clouds.
Oh.
It's a little harrowing, but he was blind for most of it.
Oh.
But still.
You don't know what's happening on the other side.
I don't think I like that.
I don't think the Rangers going to like this,
no.
Yogi. We're back after this. Wednesday, February 18th.
Winter storms, winter weather, adverse conditions. This is what the Ministry of Highways does. This is what we prepare for continually.
We're tracking lots of winter weather this morning with heavy snow, strong winds, and freezing rain.
Tumbler Ridge is strong. Tumbler Ridge is not alone.
While tragedy struck this small town, love prevails. And I see.
BC MLA's paying tribute to survivors, heroes, and victims of last week's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC.
First, we will build in Canada and prioritize Canadian companies.
The Prime Minister officially rolling out his plan to build up our defense sector, adding thousands of new jobs. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janelle Lippai. Thank you for being back with us.
And today, of course, marks the beginning of Ramadan for Muslims around the world.
This is a month of compassion, and when the community comes together.
It's a month of fasting during daylight hours. Muslims use the time for prayer and reflection from dawn until sunset, meaning they don't eat or drink during daylight hours. For the first time in about 2 decades, Canada's approximately 1.8 million Muslims are marking the entire month of Ramadan in winter.
I'm hungry already just thinking about that.
Yes.
Congratulations to you if you're doing it. Happy Ramadan if you are celebrating. Let's get over to news. We'll start with the weather, which is your specialty. I'm going to talk more about the roads. Many parts of Saskatchewan waking up under yellow or orange snowfall warnings, and it's having a major impact on highways. This is the latest look at the highway conditions, courtesy of the Highway Hotline. Areas in blue are travel not recommended. That's just about everywhere. Style in on Saskatoon proper. Maroon around there means there is snow-covered conditions. Most roads to the east are travel not recommended. And further to the south to Regina, that's a lot of blue. Highway Hotline reporting snow, blowing snow, and reduced visibility. Some ice as well. That includes Highway 1 from Herbert all the way over to Whitewood.
It was a false spring, I guess, over the last several weeks.
After a few weeks of spring-like conditions, there's been a sudden return to snow. A large system from Alberta now blasting across the province could leave up to, experts say, 35 centimeters of snow in some areas. Not everywhere got that. There are yellow and orange snowfall warnings in effect, but over in Newfoundland and Labrador, whoa, are they getting hammered this morning? Wicked winter storm there. Up to 60 centimeters of snow possible, and they are getting that in some areas with an orange winter storm warning in place. Emergency crews are telling people to stay home. That's a live look from NTV. And that same system is bringing freezing rain and snow to southern Ontario today, with everything from freezing rain, ice pellets, heavy snow on the way. There are a number of weather warnings in place there. Some areas could get 15 millimeters of ice buildup. Sounds nice, doesn't it? The Prime Minister, Mark Carney, is confirming Canada has started trade discussions with countries from the EU and Pacific nations. Some experts say that could strain our relationship with the U.S. even more.
We know Donald Trump. If you go down this road, he will take this as a personal affront. And we seem to be walking into the punches. I don't quite understand the strategy.
This potential trading bloc would include 39 countries representing 1.5 billion people. The idea builds on the Prime Minister's speech in Davos, where he called on the world's middle powers to join together. Opposition MPs say they applaud the PM's efforts, but they should be focusing on renewing the Canada-US-Mexico trade agreement. The federal and provincial governments are providing an additional $1.4 million to address interpersonal violence. It will go toward programs provided by 10 organizations across Saskatchewan. Included is a workplace education program about spotting the signs of domestic abuse.
So offering this training more widely, we hope will really get us a lot further in terms of combating violence and abuse in this province, knowing that many people are first talking to a coworker, they're first talking to a friend or a family member before they reach out to those formal services. So hopefully that can be some of the connection.
Funding also includes $100,000 to provide temporary foster care for pets while owners are in transition housing. RCMP believe they've found the person responsible for a string of break-ins across 43 communities in this province over the past 7 years. The man is from Regina, now facing 76 charges. Sierra D'Souza Butts takes us through it all.
5 years later, the town of Willowbunch says they still recall the aftermath of a break-in at their office.
That shock and of seeing everything empty. Every once in a while, that creeps back into your head.
After speaking with police at the time, Ager says all signs showed that this kind of break-and-enter was far from unique to their community.
Before and after it happened to us, we'd see different snippets on social media or, on the news, telling about other communities' experiences similar to ours, and we always wondered, is it the same person?
As it turns out, they were allegedly carried out by the same person, according to Saskatchewan RCMP.
Last week, 57-year-old Michael Arsenault was arrested in Regina by Saskatchewan RCMP officers. 76 charges were laid against him.
In total, Arsenault was accused of carrying out break-ins in 43 communities across the province between September 2019 and February 2026. Arsenault faces 62 counts of breaking and entering, 12 counts of attempting to break and enter with intent, and 1 count each of possession of stolen property under and over $5,000. Police say investigators determined a total of $50,000 had been stolen, in addition to debit and credit cards, gift cards, alcohol, and even antique coins. Although no significant items were taken, minus some cash, added security measures have since been put in place, something even small communities like Willowbunch now need to consider, according to Ager.
In today's world, I think it is really something that everybody has to start considering and putting those safeguards into place.
Arsenault will make his first court appearance at Regina Provincial Court on Wednesday. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.
A Saskatoon man notorious for spying on women is back behind bars this morning and will stay there until, Jeremy, a bail hearing is scheduled later this week.
Yeah, Daryl, it was not long after being released. He was taken back into custody after police say he violated his conditions. CTV's Laura Woodward now on what happened and the next steps.
37-year-old Kyle Hamluck, previously convicted of secretly watching and recording 23 women, 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night. He was back in front of a judge, appearing by video from the Saskatoon Correctional Centre, sitting in front of a closed door wearing a bright orange sweater. As the Crown detailed his alleged violation, Hamluck was arrested on Valentine's Day, hours after being released from jail, for allegedly using a cell phone with a camera, contrary to his court-imposed conditions, which also include a curfew and no contact with past victims.
Well, this guy's a prolific offender. I'm not surprised at all that he was in trouble in a short period of time. He has a terrible track record. I'm glad that Saskatoon police got him for something like they did, having a phone and not looking in the window of a house and violating another woman's privacy. The fact that he's breached so quickly will tell the judge right away that this guy is not willing to listen. After all he went through in the trial and all the discussions with the judge, he chose to violate that almost immediately upon hitting the streets. So getting bail is going to be tougher.
Hamluck declined legal aid and told court he intends to continue working with his lawyer, Patrick McDougall. His bail hearing is scheduled here at Provincial Court on Thursday morning. Laura Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Well, Daryl, visitors to Regina can expect some new fees this year.
Yeah, some out-of-towners are not going to like this. The City of Regina is instituting a surcharge for non-residents accessing its public recreation programs. Officials are requesting individuals or families registered for different programs verify their address in person at either the Sandra Schmerler Leisure Centre, Northwest Leisure Centre, or Lawson Pool, or over at City Hall for those who live outside city limits. A 50% surcharge will be added to your fee when you register. That surcharge will begin for the city's summer season and includes programs like swimming lessons, fitness, sports, fine arts, and adapted city-run programs. It does not apply to users buying single daily admission, bulk admissions, leisure passes, or drop-in programs.
Regina is a welcoming city. We still want visitors to come and use our facilities, and drop-in programs will still be available at the regular charge. The non-resident surcharge only affects certain programs when people sign up for themselves or for their children, and that prioritizes the residents of Regina to get access to those programs.
City's leisure guide for summer will be released in May, with registration for Regina residents opening a week prior to non-residents. For more information, you can go to the City of Regina's website. BC's budget deficit has hit an historic high for the province, a staggering $13.3 billion.
We know that British Columbians are tightening their belts.
The budget revealed tax increases across the board and thousands of public sector job cuts. Finance Minister Brenda Bailey saying she delivered the plan with a heavy heart after last week's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge. Team of aviation enthusiasts are working to get their latest project off the ground. Hallie Mandrick reports.
This J3 Cub airplane was sitting in a barn for nearly 35 years before the team of volunteers at the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum started giving it a new life.
It was exactly what we wanted. I mean, it was an older airplane that has had very little work done on it, but we figured that bones of the airplane were in good condition. We knew it needed new fabric and a lot of work, but the skeleton of the airplane was in good shape, so we thought it was a prime candidate to rebuild.
After 2 months and an estimated 640 hours of work, the plane, which is from just after the Second World War, has started to take shape.
This is a Cub before they were a Piper Cub. This was built in Hamilton, so one of 134 ever made in Canada, and we have one of the few of them that are still around.
The plane's previous owner, Gordon Gwillim, donated the aircraft to the museum shortly before his death in December of last year. The restoration team is planning to pay tribute to Gwillim as a thank you for keeping the aircraft in such good condition for more than 3 decades and sharing it with the museum.
Yellow, that was originally what Cubs were all painted, but this one we're going to paint it white with red speed lines, and we're going to put the name of the owner on the side of the airplane in memory of him.
The museum is actively fundraising for the $40,000 needed to complete the project, and the restoration team is putting in many hours, but they say it's a labor of love.
Well, if we don't do it, who's going to do it? You know, that's basically it. And we enjoy doing it, the work here. It's challenging at times. We thought we'd be way ahead at 500. We're at 640 now, and it'll be 2,000 at least. Everybody's a volunteer. Nobody's getting paid.
The team estimates that they're about halfway towards their fundraising goal and are optimistic to see the plane in the air by June. Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Canada's men's hockey team starts its playoff run at the Olympics today. Canada will play Czechia in the quarterfinal. These two teams met in pre-tournament play, and they ended up in a 5-0 win for Canada. Mark McMorris is going for his 4th Olympic medal in the men's slopestyle final. He's from Regina, Saskatchewan. We all know that. He missed the big air event after getting hurt during a training run, and it's more medal opportunities on the short track. We're keeping an eye on that. Let's get to our medal count for this part of the hour. Norway has bumped up a couple more, 15 gold, 9 bronze, 8 silver for 32 total. Canada with 3 gold now, 4 silver, 5 bronze, 12 total medals as we keep our eye on that. 9:40 is the time I think puck drops on that Canada-Czechia game, and it's not a bad reason to stay inside.
Absolutely. Yeah, take all the reasons you can get because that weather is not great out there. Behind me on the morning view, it's not super visible, and you can expect this to continue throughout the day as well. Now, tomorrow, for majority of Saskatchewan, those skies are expected to clear up. But for today, if you can stay inside, I would recommend it. Let's take a look now at our current temperature in Regina, -12. Again, seeing that snowfall as well. We'll take a look at some of those amounts coming up here. But first, let's take a look over at Saskatoon, -16. Again, we will be seeing those cold temperatures this week, especially compared to last week where we had that much sunshine, but this week much colder. Now let's look at our futurecast where you can see that system of snow moving through the province. Today, seeing that snow sticking around. Tomorrow, however, again, those skies will be clearing up, but as of currently, we are still under the 2 advisories, yellow blowing snow warning and an orange snowfall warning. So visibility will continue to decrease today, and that snow is expected to fall until tonight. For a total snowfall amounts, this is about noon today. Saskatoon seeing about 4 centimeters along with Prince Albert, Regina 6 along with Yorkton, Moose Jaw 3, Estevan and the Battlefords at 2. Now this is tomorrow early in the morning. Prince Albert at about 12 centimeters, Saskatoon and Regina both at 6 and Yorkton 15. So if you are hitting those roads, be careful. Make sure you're checking in with Highway Hotline. For our current temperatures throughout the province, Buffalo Narrow is at -21, South End -20, Nipawin and Hudson Bay -15, Spiritwood -18, the Battlefords -17, Kindersley -22, Yorkton -12 along with Weyburn. We've got East End -23 and Estevan -7. These are our highs for today throughout the province. Swift Current -17, seeing those wind speeds pick up, which will also decrease that visibility if you're heading out today. The Battlefords -17, Prince Albert -14, Yorkton -10, Estevan -6. Now for a 7-day forecast here in Regina, we'll be reaching a high of about -11 and tonight -18 for our low. Tomorrow starting to see that sun finally coming out, but again, those temperatures are remaining cold. -19 and on Friday wrapping up the week with -17. Over to Saskatoon, -14 is the high for today, -23 is the low for tonight. Seeing that snow wrapping up tomorrow, still some cloud cover in the sky, -20. Friday -21 and starting to see more sunshine. Time for today's rural forecast. Meadow Lake -17, Lloydminster -19, Hudson Bay -12, Wynyard -13, seeing those scattered flurries across the province. Maple Creek -18 along with Leader, Broadview -8, and Carlisle -6. Now let's take a look at Kalonze, where internet plans up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel. -13 is that high for today, seeing those scatter flurries remain into today as well. Tomorrow, things are expected to lighten up.
Well, trending this morning, there are a lot of popular kids shows out there that you could take advantage of, but apparently, for some, that includes our show.
Hey, can you say Daryl? Yeah. Daryl. Daryl from CTV. Hey, can you say
Producer Nathan's nephew, Harrison. Thank you for watching, Harrison. He's recovering from an ear operation yesterday, so you could hear a little bit better. He sat down for some rest to watch some news, started chatting about me, which is a stark contrast from my own kids who we will say, do you want to watch Daddy? No. No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I went through that when mine were younger.
Yeah.
Aw, that's
Not
sweet.
interested.
Let's go over to our question of the day. Harrison's my favorite. Let's get over to question of the day. We asked you just to send over your storm photos. We only got a couple so far, so you're still waking up and you're still grabbing those cameras. But this is Donna from Cowessess First Nation, longtime viewer of the show, day oneer. Snapped this one before the sun came up.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
then waited a little bit.
Okay.
And snapped us this shot after the sun came up.
Gorgeous.
Right?
Stunning. Donna, thank you so much.
Land of living skies.
Land of living skies.
Which means now we get to beg, plead, and demand that the viewers wake up and send us some pictures.
Yes, please. We'd love to see them, and there is still time to send them in. You can text your name and answer to 10400. Standard message and data rates may apply. You can scan the QR code. We are so excited to hear from you.
You can send it by carrier pigeon as long as that bird goes home. We're back after this.
Good morning. My heart is still exploding down here at Bright Eyes Dog Rescue this morning. We've got Shadow back with us, and of course Shelby as well. Now, Shelby, let's talk a little bit about what the organization is all about.
Sure. So we are a dog rescue who focuses primarily Regina and area like South Saskatchewan. And we rescue and rehome dogs that need our help. So a lot of the time we'll get surrenders from people who can no longer care for their pet, and we take them in. Sometimes it strays in communities. We do get a lot of Indigenous communities that have a stray dog issue, so we will take those dogs in and find homes for them. We've been around since 2010, so it's been a long time, and we've rehomed successfully over 4,000 dogs since then. Yeah, and we do it all with foster homes, so we don't have a shelter per se. They're all in foster homes, which is, I think it's the best way to kind of get some of these dogs that maybe have only ever lived outside acclimated to a home and learn what it's all about before they find their forever families.
For sure. And how many fosters do you guys have at the moment?
We have roughly 300 fosters. Now, of course, those 300 aren't always fostering at all times. Sometimes people, take a break if they're going to be traveling. But yeah, we have about 300, but we always need more because there's so many dogs that need our help, and we can only take them in if we have the space for them in a foster home.
That's right. So if somebody's watching this right now interested in becoming a foster, how can they do that?
They can go to our website, bedr.ca/foster, and there's a whole page that explains everything about fostering. It's all free to you. Like, you have no cost at all if you foster with us. All the supplies, food, medical care. The only thing that you have to do is provide a loving home for the dog, and sometimes take them to vet appointments or adoption events. But even if you can't take them to those, we do have volunteers that can transport them to those as well.
Amazing. Yeah. So great initiative here. If you're interested in helping out, once again, you can go to the Bright Eyes Dog Rescue website. There is always room for a little bit of help.
It's time for your morning mystery. Before we get going, Janelle, take your earpiece out. I don't want cheating.
I'm never
No
going
cheating
to
today.
get this.
Take
okay.
it out. There we go. Okay. Time for your morning mystery. It is a thing. Let's get to our first of 3 clues. You can play along at home. Has its own pulse.
Okay.
Has only 2 bones.
All right.
Okay.
Film critics Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert are legendary for using them as a rating system. Watch Janelle.
Wow.
Watch Janelle.
Okay.
Watch Janelle's face. Let's come back to camera so we can see her. Just what are you doing? Are you drawing something right now?
I drew Shadow, the dog.
I should draw you
It's a thumb
down.
Aww.
I should draw you a thumb down. Siskel and Ebert, 2 thumbs up to see the movie. It is
I think the singular is incorrect.
It is Thumb
what?
Appreciation Day.
Oh.
So give your buddy a thumbs up.
Thank you to everybody with thumbs today.
Oh, that's almost everybody except dogs that you drew on your board.
Really good one, too.
Not really.
Yeah,
That's your morning
it's
mystery.
well done.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
Let's take a look at today's gas prices in Regina. The common cost to fill up is $127.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $102.9. And in Saskatoon, the common cost is $124.9, and the lowest you might find, $116.9. Over to farm markets, the street price of canola is $613.03 per ton, and the futures price is $662.50 per ton. Amber Durham wheat is $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat is $253.49 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 73.23 cents U.S.
Welcome to your morning. It is just about 7:30 on this Wednesday. Many parts of Saskatchewan waking up under some form of snowfall warning this morning. It's having a major impact on highways. I just checked again, hasn't changed. Blue on this map means travel not recommended. That's just about everywhere. Highways around Saskatoon are maroon. That means snow covered. Most roads to the east are travel not recommended. And further to the south here by Regina, where I am, a lot of blue. Highway hotline reporting snow, blowing snow and ice. Reduced visibility because of that as well. That includes Highway 1 from Herbert all the way to Whitewood. But if you want to go to Swift Current from the Alberta border, apparently that is clear. The Saskatchewan NDP say they have received some alarming data over the weekend showing emergency route and wait times across the province. They say, according to the Saskatchewan Health Authority data that tracks ER wait times in provincial hospitals, the longest wait time over the weekend was over 100 hours at Saskatoon's Royal University Hospital. The NDP says that is unacceptable and a sign of a crumbling healthcare system in the province.
We know that people are having great difficulty accessing family physicians, accessing nurse practitioners, getting a hold of those inoculations that used to be very, very easy to get in the past. And what all of that does is pushes everything to a critical state, makes people sicker.
Roy adding that Premier Scott Moe and the provincial government need to acknowledge the problem and get to work on making improvements. We have reached out to the province in hopes of a response. The provincial government reached a $4.8 million settlement with Saskatoon-based Surecom Industries over the tire recycling program. The province said the settlement is not an admission of liability by the government nor any of the defendants in the lawsuit, but is, quote, believed to represent the best interests of Saskatchewan residents and the tire recycling industry, end quote. Surecom CEO said in a brief statement that the company was relieved that the matter has come to an end and is prepared to move on. In the lawsuit, Surecom had alleged they were unfairly excluded, easy for me to say, from bidding on a tire recycling contract with Tire Stewardship Saskatchewan and sought $10 million in damages. The company has since shut down its recycling plant. Canada has a new defense strategy worth $6.6 billion.
It means building a domestic defense industrial base so we are never hostage to the decisions of others when it comes to our
Prime Minister Mark Carney says the plan puts Canada first by arming the military and boosting Canada's defense industry. He also says it will be complementary, not in competition with American defense supply chains. The goal is to have Canadian companies provide 70% of the country's military needs and increase Canada's defense exports by 50% over the next decade. That will also mean the creation of 125,000 new jobs. Plus, the government will set up a defense investment agency to streamline the system. Canada's new top diplomat in Washington has officially taken on the role of ambassador to the United States, coming at a turbulent time in Canada-U.S. relations. Mike Wiseman presented his credentials to U.S. President Donald Trump yesterday. He's a global investment banker and a longtime friend of the Prime Minister. He's looking to help Canada find tariff off-ramps and stability ahead of a review of the Canada-U.S. trade agreement with Mexico. A statement released yesterday, Wiseman says a profound privilege to serve as ambassador, and that the partnership between Canada and the U.S. is foundational to our shared prosperity, security, and global leadership. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says he doesn't agree with the comments made by one of his MPs who called Canada's reaction to the U.S. president's tariffs an anti-American hissy fit.
Well, he speaks for himself, and I speak for the party.
Giovanni made the comments to a right-wing U.S. media outlet called Breitbart last week. He made a solo trip to Washington to meet with senior U.S. government officials. He called the conversations productive. Giovanni is a close personal friend of U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Poilievre says he's spoken with him since that trip, and the message afterward was that Canada needs to focus on what it can do at home to increase leverage in negotiations. Saskatoon police advising you of a fraudulent email making the rounds. Fake emails are being sent from the Saskatchewan Provincial Services, or so they claim, and claim to be that the person receiving them has been issued a provincial violation ticket with instructions to pay a fine through an attached link. How would they get your email address? That's not real. Anyone who receives the email should immediately delete it. Do not click the link. Rescue crews in Northern California have managed to reach 6 backcountry skiers who were missing after an avalanche. Crews battled a fierce winter storm to reach the 6 hikers who survived the avalanche in the Sierra Nevada mountains, but were trapped in ice and snow. 2 of the 6 were taken to hospital for treatment. 9 other people from their tour group remain missing. The annual Mardi Gras party is underway in New Orleans. Mardi Gras celebrations filled the streets of New Orleans today as Christians marched Shrove Tuesday yesterday in honor of the day before Lent, which now we are into. Sometimes your pets need some help shedding some pounds.
You're such a skinny dog now. You're so healthy.
The Ontario Veterinary College of at the University of Guelph can help with that. They offer tailored diet and workout plans for your pets. They even include water exercises like that little boy's doing. One success story is Leo, the 7-year-old golden retriever, as he gets closer to a goal weight of 75 pounds. While the world is debating the Olympic Games, a group of Manitobans decided to shake up curling. Frugina Declute reports.
A funny bunch took over the Moosomin curling rink over the weekend, bringing Manitoba's Funspiel to the pebbled ice.
She had the opportunity to beat her dad twice, but because I fell.
Not the same game. Not the same game.
Curlers aged 18 to 75 participated in the event.
Curling is also something that you can transform into other things. Just like bowling transformed into glow bowling and stuff like that, bingo bowling, curling can do the exact same thing.
Their spin on curling is adding a whole lot of jokes, including an award for the weakest team. It rhymes with rapper.
Everybody puts on a fun team name, and then they put on costumes according to their theme name, and then we give everybody nicknames. It's just fun.
For which many travel long distances.
We have people that come down from Thompson, and they drive 8 hours just to come to this event and drive another 4.
Melissa and Ryan Duncan started the event 30 years ago. Until this year, they've always gone to Minnesota.
But just with tensions and stuff, we just weren't going to get enough people to be able to come out to it, so we wanted to keep the Funspiel going.
Duncan hopes it will be around for a long time, though some pledged never to return.
Thanks for everything, everyone. I'm retiring.
Why?
Because I lost my 2 daughters and my favorite uncle, who's not my favorite uncle anymore.
The organizers plan to bring the Funspiel back to Moosomin next year. Frugina Declute, CTV News, Moosomin.
Speaking of curling, 32 university and college teams from around the country are in the Cali Curling Club this week. They're taking part in the U Sports National Curling Championships and the Canadian Colleges Athletic Association Curling Championships simultaneously happening. First time in 14 years it's been here in the Queen City. Past participants have gone on to curl in the Brier, the Scotties, even the Winter Games.
So I kind of grew up in a curling family. My mom played competitively, my dad did, lots of family members did. So for me, skipping was kind of the easiest way to get into the sport, and I really enjoy it.
This is the big event in their curling year at the university level. A really nice bridge kind of between that junior level and the men's women's level. So a nice bridge that kind of guides you into men's and women's play.
16 men's, 16 women's rinks began a round of round-robin series games yesterday, with the top teams competing in playoffs come Saturday. Fun and focus, two themes for spring training for the Toronto Blue Jays. Springer given a hard time to Kazuma Okamata as he came out for batting practice yesterday. Manager John Schneider says he's impressed with the way everyone has been working so far. Players are focused on getting back to the World Series. First spring training game goes Saturday against the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's get over to that weather forecast. Of course, conditions haven't improved. I just looked at the highway hotline. Are the weather conditions improving?
The weather conditions aren't exactly improving. Behind me, as you can tell here, visibility very, very low on the morning view, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Minus 13 is that current temperature right here in Regina. Again, if you are hitting those roads, be very careful. Check in with Highway Hotline, because with the snow, it's quite slick out there and you aren't able to see too much. Let's take a look over at Saskatoon now. Visibility a little bit better, but similar road conditions. Minus 16 as that current temperature. Now, for a future cast, you can see some of this snow moving through the province. We are expecting to see it stick around for majority of today. Tomorrow, skies are looking like they'll be clearing up just a little bit. Currently, we're still under those two advisories, a yellow blowing snow warning and an orange snowfall warning. So, of course, visibility is decreasing and snow is expected until tonight. Now, let's take a look over at some of these current temperatures throughout the province. Buffalo Narrows minus 21, Stony Rapids minus 30, Nipawin and Hudson Bay minus 15, Spiritwood minus 18, the Battlefords minus 17, East End at about minus 23, Estevan minus 7, and Yorkton minus 12. For our highs today, scattered flurries across the province. Swift Current seeing some of those blowing winds as well. Minus 17 as that high, along with the Battlefords. Prince Albert minus 14, Yorkton minus 10, Weyburn minus 11. Now for our 5-day forecast, right here in Regina, minus 11 will be that high that we reach today. Again, seeing that snow sticking around until later on here this evening. Minus 18 as our low for tonight. Tomorrow, seeing some more sunshine coming out finally, but those temperatures are remaining cold. Minus 19, and Friday minus 17. Now over the weekend, you'll definitely want to bundle up if you're heading out. Saturday is minus 18 for the high, and Sunday minus 17. Over to Saskatoon, minus 14 today as the high, minus 23 tonight for the low. Tomorrow, still seeing that cloud cover in the sky with minus 20 as that high. Now Friday, wrapping up the week with a little bit more sunshine and minus 21 for that high. Now over the weekend, seeing more sunshine coming out, but again, those temperatures remaining quite cool. Minus 21 for the high on Saturday and minus 18 on Sunday. You're invited to spend an evening in Greece. The annual fundraiser is back in support of the Hospitals of Regina Foundation, and it's promising to be better than ever. And here to tell us why, we welcome in Spiro and Thomas. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Jamil.
Let's talk a little bit about what we can expect from this year's event.
So this is our 32nd annual evening in Greece. It's March 7th at the Delta Regina. We're sold out. We announced that yesterday that we were sold out, and this is probably the earliest we've ever been sold out. But that's great. You can still support by donating to the Hospitals Regina Foundation. But that night we have authentic Greek cuisine. We have plate breaking, which is one of the highlights of the event, and that's brought to you by Direct West, which is our longtime plate sponsor. We have our entertainment by the Daughters of Penelope Hellenic Dancers. So it's going to be a great night, and you can see Thomas is breaking plates here right now for us, showing us the demonstration there. And it's it's been 32 years. Last year we raised $300,000, and that brings our grand total to over 3.1 million, I believe, for local charities. And this year, like you said, once again, we are donating to the Hospitals of Regina Foundation. Plus, we've also added the Autism Research Center as well.
Amazing. So what aspects does that money go to in particular?
The Hospitals of Regina allocates them in various areas, and we have the right to pick areas. So at one point it was going for the cancer research and cancer equipment and stuff like that. But, you know, like whatever the needs are, we're there.
So the last few years we just finished up donating to the Urgent Care Center, the newly opened one. So we had allocated up to, I think it was 500,000 towards that. And now we're working with them for a different project, which we will be announcing shortly. But yeah, it's a great night. We have great sponsors like CTV. We have Devro group of companies, which is sponsoring our dream vacation for 2 to Greece. So every ticket that has been purchased is automatically entered to win a trip for 2 to Greece, which is another great, exciting, you know, you could come to the event, you could have some authentic Greek food, watch our entertainment. We have our dancers, and we also have a local Greek band, Arcadia, that will be playing as well. And all this, and you support a great cause. Yeah.
Amazing.
Over the last 32 years, we just, our event sells out. And this, Spiro mentioned, is the earliest, is because we having fun.
Yes.
Not many speeches, only one speech. We welcome the people. And also, we have a guest speaker, or not guest speaker, as a MC, Vasikapoulos.
Oh, amazing. Well, this sounds like a fantastic event too. I really appreciate you both coming out here this morning.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us, and we're looking forward for CTV to be there and break some plates as well.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much once again. Ticket information is on their social media pages. The email, the phone number, it's all on your screen. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Glenn Sheeler inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. And for that, we're going across the pond. Little footy action. Just over 4 minutes into the second half, Vinicius Jr. steps just inside the box, unleashes an absolute missile here into the far corner. Just a brilliant strike from the 25-year-old Brazilian. The only goal in Real Madrid's first leg victory over Benfica in Champions League. A game otherwise marred, though, by alleged racist abuse against Vini Jr. by both Benfica fans, players. His goal, though, was the difference, and that is your must-see moment. And Canada's quest for gold, well, in men's hockey, it continues today. Yes, quarterfinal clash, Canada against Czechia. Remember, Canada blanked the Czechs 5-0 in the preliminary round of play. Coverage for that begins 10:30 a.m. Eastern on CBC and TSN1. That's all for now, everyone. Have a great day.
It's February 18th, and we have these milestones to share with you. Happy belated 8th birthday to Kian and Ariana. Lots of love from Mom, Dad, and Caden. And it's Aaron's birthday. Your family is wishing you all the best on your special day. And happy birthday to Grumps, Tammy, and the rest of your family. Love you and hope you enjoy your day.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
The Canadian housing market started the year in a deep freeze as both prices and sales continued their downward trend. The benchmark home price fell 0.9% in January to $665,200, the lowest level in almost 5 years, according to seasonally adjusted data from the Canadian Real Estate Association. Sales of existing homes plunged by 5.8% month over month as densely populated regions were hit with a major winter storm. The benchmark price dropped by 5% from January of 2025, while sales activity came in 16% lower than a year ago. An Ontario court has ordered investors who benefited from a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme to return $21.5 million in profits to the bankruptcy estate of Douglas Grosel, the Burlington, Ontario man who ran the scheme for 2 years before it collapsed in 2022. It will be used to compensate other victims who lost everything. Some of the winners were arguing that the court cannot conclude that Grosel intended to commit fraud in every transaction and payouts should be reviewed individually. That was rejected. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Hey, can you skate down the street down Albert where you are?
I would have to be able to see the street to attempt that. And, with the traffic on it too. Probably a bad idea, but I think we're getting close to it anyway. It is a slippery one out here today. Roads are not great either. And then too, that good feeling we had before that we were going to crack the co-op number this morning. That didn't happen either. So more money into the pot, $1,300 to play for, to spend at co-op coming up this afternoon at 4 o'clock with Brandon. In the meantime, too, we're trying to keep our mind off the storm. I want you to try to test me here this morning. You can text 54321, and I want to hear a sentence you said recently that could either be applied towards a pet or a toddler, and I'll try to guess my best and see if we can come up with who that was actually directed to. So send those over, text 54321.
All right, sounds good, Chase. We'll see you again tomorrow.
See you then.
In the forest, every least thing's important. It's all threaded together. So you can't tell where one thing ends and another begins.
Train Dreams has won Best Feature of the Year at the Indie Spirit Awards, as well as Best Director for Clint Bentley and Best Cinematography for Adolfo Veloso. Both men, who are also Oscar nominees, say they knew the film was special while they were making it.
I connected with so many aspects in the movie, and I was really connected to certain things that made the project be very personal to me in a way.
A lot of crew brought a lot of themselves to it, and even brought heirlooms from their grandmother that they wanted to put in the film, things like that.
Japan has taken baseball from the U.S. and recreated it in its own image. Baseball gave Japan an outlet to succeed on the world stage.
Homecoming, the Tokyo series, looks at last year's Dodgers-Cubs historic season opener in Japan as a lens into the country's passion for the American pastime. The documentary screens in U.S. theaters next Monday and Tuesday. Locations and showtimes at fathomentertainment.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If I recall right, Jeremy Dodge once said he'd try anything once. Let's see if it includes this. What do you think, boss?
Yes?
Little base jumping into some clouds?
Honestly, no. You know what?
Right?
Base jumping might be the exception to that rule. With or without massive clouds, I don't think I could pull it off.
How do we know what's beyond the cloud? Right.
That's the worst part, I think.
Are there spikes there? Is there land?
It's the element of surprise, I guess.
Oh, boy.
If you're into that, God bless you. What do you got for us, Janelle?
Okay, well, let's take a look here at this dog shelter that is overflowing with doodles.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows, everything that's wonderful.
So as you can see, this animal shelter in Delta, BC is dealing with an influx of some very unique doodles. Although something does seem a little bit off with this pack of cuties.
Whatever gets them adopted.
It's hair day.
Right, if it helps.
If it gets them a new home, put them on the Storybook Dog Bus from yesterday's show.
That's a great idea.
The tail end of the show?
Yeah.
The little bus, and the pack leader?
Yeah, that was so sweet.
If you missed it, you can see it on our website. We're back with more after this. Wednesday, February 18th.
Winter storms, winter weather, adverse conditions. This is what the Ministry of Highways does. This is what we prepare for continually.
Good thing, because we are tracking a lot of winter weather this morning, including some bad roads.
We know that people are having great difficulty accessing family physicians, accessing nurse practitioners.
Some alarming data coming in when it comes to ER wait times in Saskatchewan.
First, we will build in Canada and prioritize Canadian companies.
And the Prime Minister officially rolling out his defense sector plan with thousands of jobs to be added. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Janelle Lippai. Thank you for being back with us.
Shout out to everyone who is trying to get to where they're going this morning. If you drive a tow truck, if you drive a police car, fire truck, an EMS vehicle, thank you for all the hard work that you do. And if you do see a tow truck on the roads, pull over and give them a little bit of extra room this morning, because it is slick.
That's right. Be very safe on those roads. We are seeing these conditions continue throughout the day as well. So wherever you're off to, drive with caution and check that highway hotline. I
just looked at the highway hotline. Not much change when it comes to everything out there. But apparently, if you want to drive from the Alberta border on TC1 to Swift Current, have at her. Things are great in Swift Current. Let's start with news and that weather. In the midst of two winter systems, an extended spring-like weather, it's gone. It's winter's back. Old man winter shaking his fist. Environment and Climate Change Canada says a large system from Alberta could bring 25 to 35 centimeters of snow by Thursday. Some places are seeing that. The city of Regina is not. They say they're prepared, though, after those conditions to clear the roadways for us.
It was a false spring, I guess, over the last several weeks.
A large system from Alberta is bringing in that snow. There are yellow and orange snowfall warnings in effect. We'll show you the highway hotline in a minute. It is not great. But let's show you Newfoundland and Labrador, where they're getting hammered with snow this morning. Wicked storm. They are getting 60 centimeters of snow possible in some areas. Orange winter storm warnings in place. Emergency crews saying to stay home. People fleeing interpersonal violence can face several barriers, including funding and finding a safe place to go, also getting the time off work to move. Wayne Mantika now on some new funding that's meant to address those barriers.
Emergency shelter is a priority for those fleeing interpersonal violence, but other factors come into account. Another challenge is arranging care for pets.
Often the case that victims and survivors are the ones who have to move, have to look for new housing. And if someone can't take their pet to a domestic violence shelter, some shelters in the province are pet friendly, which is really wonderful. Not all of them are.
An additional $1.4 million in federal and provincial funding has been allocated for removal of barriers for those fleeing interpersonal violence. It will go to a variety of programs, with $100,000 earmarked province-wide specifically for pet care.
You know, they can't leave the situation because they're afraid to leave their pet alone. It gives them an opportunity to be able to leave that situation, take the pet with them. And also pets can be used as a tool, if you will, by an abuser. Maybe threaten the pet, you know, if you don't do what I want, then I'm going to hurt the pet.
The pets are temporarily placed in foster care until their family is settled into a new home.
One of our animal protection officers will go and get the animal, and the animals are not kept here. They are kept in foster care, so they're not actually kept in the shelter, and that location is known only to the animal protection officer and our person that sets up the foster.
The Regina Humane Society deals with about a dozen cases a year where pets come into the picture, but the government funding will ensure removal of one more barrier to those fleeing interpersonal violence. Wayne Mantica, CTV News, Regina.
Well, Saskatoon man notorious for spying on women back behind bars, Jeremy, and he's going to stay there until a bail hearing later this week.
Yeah, Daryl, the Saskatoon man notorious for spying on women has a bail hearing scheduled for tomorrow. His name's Kyle Hamiluk. He's 37 years old, and he was previously convicted on 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night. He was back in front of a judge yesterday, appearing by video from the Saskatoon Correctional Center. As the Crown detailed his alleged violation, Hamiluk was arrested on Valentine's Day, hours after leaving jail for allegedly using a cell phone with a camera, contrary to his court-imposed conditions, which also include a curfew and no contact with past victims.
Well, this guy's a prolific offender. I'm not surprised at all that he was in trouble in a short period of time. He has a terrible track record. I'm glad that Saskatoon police got him for something like they did, having a phone and not looking in the window of a house and violating another woman's privacy.
Lewis says Hamiluk's alleged breach being so early after release will likely make it more difficult for him to be released on bail again. Saskatoon police have charged 4 people following a robbery and a couple of attempted robberies. December 5th, the person in Saskatoon told police 3 men pointed a gun at him and threatened him with violence. Police later learned these same men committed a robbery in Moose Jaw on December 4th and were planning to do another one in Saskatoon December 6th. One of the men was arrested. 2 others, believed to have gone to Calgary, were arrested on December 24th, coming back to Saskatoon. And last week, a 4th person was arrested with 2 homes and a vehicle searched. So here's a look at what was seized. We got weapons, ammunition, as well as $25,000 worth of vape products. All 4 men facing a string of weapons, conspiring to commit robbery, evading police, and intimidation charges. Well, Daryl, speaking of charges, a Regina man is facing 76 for a string of break-ins.
76, yeah. The break-ins happened in communities and surrounding areas of southern Saskatchewan between September of 2019 and this month. Following an investigation by Saskatchewan RCMP, investigators determined a total of $50,000 had been stolen, in addition to debit and credit cards, alcohol, antique coins. Police have charged and arrested Michael Arsenault with 62 counts of breaking and entering, 12 counts of attempt to break and enter with intent, and 1 count each of possession of property under and over $5,000. He'll be in court later this morning. City of Regina is implementing new surcharges for non-Regina residents who access public programs. Donovan Mace with why.
The city is charging non-Regina residents more to use its public programs.
This gives an opportunity for Regina residents to ensure that they can get to the front of the line to get access to their facilities, and that non-residents who don't pay those taxes then have to wait.
Councillor Burton first bringing forward the idea to create the fee for registration users who do not live in Regina. Now, for those who live outside city limits registering for public programs, a 50% surcharge will be added, while residents will also be eligible for registration before non-residents.
The entry fees to the facilities only pay a portion of the actual entire cost for the facility, and the taxes actually encompass the rest.
The city is now requesting individuals and families verify their addresses to be eligible for resident registration dates and pricing. The surcharge will begin with the city's summer season and includes programs like swimming lessons, fitness, sports, fine arts, and adapted city-run programs, but it does not apply to users buying daily single admission, bulk admissions, leisure passes, or those accessing drop-in programs. If you do live in Regina and do not confirm your address, the city says you will be treated as a non-resident.
We still want visitors to come and use our facilities, and drop-in programs will still be available at the regular charge. The non-resident surcharge only affects certain programs when people sign up.
Address verification only has to happen once per family and must be completed in person at one of 4 locations before May 12th. The Sandra Schmerler Leisure Center, Northwest Leisure Center, Lawson Aquatic Center and Fieldhouse, or City Hall on select dates. Donovan May, CTV News. News, Regina.
With its controversies and intrigue and international attention, curling is the talk of the Olympics, and Italians are taking notice. The new interest has led to a flood of inquiries at Milan's only part-time curling rink. Garrett Berry was there.
At the very end of the subway line, late Monday, 10 after 10, it's curling night in Milan. As this ice gets converted from figure skating practice to a makeshift curling rink, these dedicated Milanese curlers get ready for their only weekly opportunity to sharpen their skills on the ice.
Right place at right time, because I just started playing curling, and right now when the interest in Italy exploded.
This modest club is growing quickly, bombarded with calls and messages now that Italians are seeing hours and hours of the sport throughout these Olympic Games.
It's the argument of the moment. Even in Italy, nobody knows the rules, but everybody watch the touch.
Yes, even the stone-touching controversy is helping, getting curling onto TV screens and in conversations.
Barrier has been broken. Like at the beginning, it was like, "What is this? It's not according to my culture. It's a bit different. I'm used to other type of sports."
The biggest problem for this upstart Italian club is their schedule. They'll play tonight until midnight. It's the only slot they could get, and that means it's awfully hard to get students and children involved in their game.
Ice time is simply rare in Milan. Some curlers have been here in this shared space for 25 years. And the players are a bit envious of the few dedicated arenas that are sprinkled around northern Italy. Not many, there are only about 400 registered curlers in this country. But maybe after these Olympic Games, where curling was brought home to Italians, their dreams of a sheet of their own will come true.
Or maybe someone in Italy saw all this enthusiasm and, I don't know, decided to invest.
For now, they'll practice here and hope that curling mania sweeps Italians away. Garrett Berry, CTV News, Milan.
In other action in Milan, Canada will play Czechia in the quarterfinals today. The two teams, of course, played each other once before in the tournament. Canada won that game 5-0. In snowboarding, Mark McMorris going for his 4th Olympic medal in the men's slopestyle final. He missed the big air event after getting injured, so we wish him, of course, the best of luck, and all of our Canadian athletes. Let's get over to the weather picture, and before we get to that, we have to show you the roads, Janelle. The areas in blue on the map are travel not recommended. It has not changed throughout much of the show. Saskatoon has some travel not recommended to the east. In Regina, the roads, they're just ugly. They're just ugly. It's all the blowing snow. It's the ice. It's the snow. It's, of course, it rained yesterday before it even snowed.
Yeah, things are getting slick out there, and that is absolutely going to be impacting your morning commute here. But before we get into that, let's take a look at our current temperatures right here in Regina. -13, not great visibility, as you can tell behind me here. Now, that'll improve later on this afternoon, but as of currently, be very cautious on your morning drives. Now, it is snowing as well. That is expected to stop in the Regina area at about 1 p.m. Now, over to Saskatoon, -16, looking very snowy as well. Visibility a little bit better. Looking like the Saskatoon and surrounding area will see this snow stop around 5 p.m. here this evening. Now let's look at our futurecast, where we can see that snow system moving through the province. Of course, this is tomorrow around 10:15 in the morning when things are clearing up. Still some cloud cover in the sky, but we won't be seeing the snow that we're seeing currently. As for our total snowfall amounts that we're expecting to get, Saskatoon 3 centimeters, Battleford's 2, Prince Albert 6, along with Yorkton, Regina 3. Again, this is 12:30, just a little bit after noon here today. As we roll early into tomorrow morning, Prince Albert still at about that 12 centimeter mark, Saskatoon 5, Regina 4, and Yorkton 13. For our current temperatures throughout Saskatchewan, Buffalo Narrows seeing -21, Spiritwood -18, Melfort -16, Nipawin and Hudson Bay -15, Kindersley -23, Swift Current -21, Weyburn -13, Yorkton -12. Now for our highs today here in the province, those scattered flurries still sticking around a little bit today. The Battleford's -17, Prince Albert -14, Yorkton -11, Moose Jaw -14, Swift Current again -18, and Weyburn -12. For our 7-day forecast in Regina, -11 is our high for today, -18 will be the low that we reach tonight. Again, seeing that snow, or expecting to see it stop by about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Tomorrow, those skies clearing up, a little bit of sunshine coming through, -19, and on Friday, again, sunnier day and -17. Over to Saskatoon, -14 today as that high, -23 tonight as the low. Seeing that snow come to a halt a little bit later in the afternoon, around 5 p.m. Tomorrow, still some cloud cover in the sky and -20. Friday, a little bit more sunshine, -21, and -31 Friday night for our low.
Take a look at today in history. On February 18th, 2013, armed robbers stole $50 million in diamonds. Remember this? From Brussels Airport. February 18th, 2010, Christine Nesbitt won Canada's first long track speed skating gold medal at the Vancouver Olympic Games. And in 1994, at the Lillehammer Olympics, Norway, shout out my country, Canadian Miriam Bedard became the first non-European to ever win a gold medal in biathlon.
In case you missed it, it's bingo, but with meat.
Yeah, my husband said bring home the beef, and I did.
This is happening for 100 people settling into the Legion in Beausejour, Manitoba. It's a tradition that always draws a crowd. Now, meat raffles. Basically, the prize is meat. These became popular back when food rations were actually a thing. But for more than a decade, this Legion has been hosting monthly meat bingo events, with winners taking home choice cuts of beef, pork, and chicken.
Great way to meet people, Jeremy.
Right.
I like that they were reusing. They were
Right,
using
Daryl.
daubers. Did you see that?
Correct.
They're using little
I saw
pieces of
it.
plastic to reuse.
Yeah, that's great. That's
like
great.
That. Gotta like that. Let's get to our question of the day. The confused lady in our new animation. We asked you to send us your storm photos. We know you got them. We got a few. Donna snapped this first shot from the Cowessess First Nation before the sun even came up. So there's the marks in the snow. She obviously made her husband go out in the snow for something, right? Unless she had a visitor. And then she went outside a little later, and this is sunrise.
Gorgeous.
Donna, shout out to you. You've been with us since day one.
Thank you, Donna. We've also got Kim from Moose Jaw. Still snowing and still windy.
Yeah, so it's really windy out there. That's a lot of snow starting to pile up out there. Ron in Beauval says there's snow in Beauval. There's a lot of snow, and there's a look at it. Yeah, they're dealing with that 35 centimeters. I think it all fell in Beauval.
It kind of looks like it.
Holy moly.
Does not look like that outside in Regina. What about Saskatoon?
No, not quite. Although some of the drifts are getting that high.
Yeah.
But it's not this bad. No way. Not yet, anyway.
Well, good luck digging out. You got your Never Skip Arms Day. Today is Arms Day.
Yeah.
We're back after this.
Good morning. We have made it down to shadows level here. As you can see, the sweet girl is back with us. Now, let's talk a little bit, Shelby, about some of the supplies that you guys need that others can donate in.
Yeah, so we always are looking for food, puppy food, adult food. We do have an Amazon wish list that you can find on our Facebook and Instagram pages, or you can also just go purchase it in a store and then bring it to our headquarters building. Or we also have 2 houses actually with volunteers that you can drop off donations at too. You can find that on our social media where you can drop the donations off. We're also always looking for puppy pee pads because when we get puppies, we need a lot of those. Leashes, dog beds, dog kennels, X pens for puppies, toys. all of that sort of thing. And then also, if you don't want to do supplies, we always are looking for monetary donations to cover medical bills and whatnot. Like Sweet Shadow here will need surgery, which we would be very happy if we could get some donations for that. And you can go to our website, better.ca/donate, to do that.
All right, well, some really great information. Now, Shelby, I'm curious to know what means the most to you being able to be a part of such a great initiative like Brett A's Dog Rescue?
I've always loved dogs, and so this is just the best and most rewarding experience I feel that anyone could really do for a dog. And although it's hard if you do decide to foster, it's hard to say goodbye. It also just feels so great for them to find their forever home and have that love that they need. And then even if you can't foster, it's great if you wanted to volunteer with us. You can help at adoption events, transporting to medical appointments. There's lots of ways that you can help. And yeah, I just find it's the most rewarding thing ever.
All right, Shelby. Well, thank you so much for spending the morning with me. Once again, this is Bright Eyes Dog Rescue. You can head to their website. There is always room for change. Maybe even bring in a little life like this, like little Shadow here, who is a doll.
The Saskatchewan NDP say they received some alarming data over the long weekend, showing lengthy emergency room wait times across the province. But the Sask Health Authority says their numbers aren't entirely accurate. Jacob Carr explains.
Over the long weekend, patients at Saskatoon's Royal University Hospital spent 103 hours in the emergency room, the longest wait time in the province, according to Saskatchewan Health Authority data released by the NDP.
We know that people are having great difficulty accessing family physicians, accessing nurse practitioners, getting a hold of those inoculations that used to be very, very easy to get in the past.
A screenshot of the provincial capacity report for February 13th at 8 a.m. shows patients waited 81 hours at Saskatoon's St. Paul's Hospital, 67 hours at Regina General Hospital, and 23 hours at the Pasqua Hospital. But according to the Saskatchewan Health Authority, those numbers only paint a partial picture. In a statement, they said the data reference reflects the entire time a patient spends in the emergency department, not the time it takes to receive care. Adding, the SHA is committed to meeting the needs of patients during periods of increased demand, and that the SHA thanks its staff and physicians for the work they are doing. The NDP says ongoing discussions with workers in the healthcare sector are important, but the current healthcare system is failing them and their patients.
We're going to take our time to make sure that we get it right. I know they've said being treated with respect and dignity is also important to them staying in this province, but absolutely, this is both a healthcare system that has too many patients and not enough people to meet those demands.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
Good morning. I am at Affinity Credit Union with Kyla Tessier, and today we're talking all things tax season. Now, Kyla, let's start with financial planners and how they can make this process just a little bit easier.
Yeah, we're in the busy tax season. March 2nd is the RSP contribution deadline for this year. I think a financial planner can help you stay organized and focused on your goals. We can look at tax strategies that are specific and unique to your situation.
All right, let's talk different accounts for these tax strategies and for tax season in specific.
Yeah, I think the most common one is RSP, and RSP can offer a tax deduction as well as tax-sheltered growth. These are great for retirement savings and savings for your future. Tax-free savings are another great solution. They offer tax-deferred growth as well, but can be used for many different goals, house savings, or retirement savings. They're kind of more unique to each situation. Another one that's fairly new is first home savings plans. They offer the tax advantages of both RSP and tax-free savings, but are aimed specifically for saving for a home.
All right, and what is the most common feeling that people have going into a financial planner versus what they feel coming out? Is there a big difference between those two?
Yeah, I think that most people hear the term financial plan and they feel very overwhelmed and imagine that it's something very complicated. I think they feel that they're being judged by their spending habits, or maybe that they haven't saved enough yet. But I think once they've gone through the process, they feel very relieved, gain clarity on their goals and where they need to go. And the most common feedback that I get is that they wish they would have done it sooner.
All right. Well, if somebody's looking for a little bit more information for this tax season, where can they go for that?
Yeah, if they go to the Affinity Wealth Management website, there's some information there, as well as links to get connected with an advisor.
All right. Well, once again, that is down at Affinity Credit Union. They've got the help for you if you're looking to make this tax season just a little bit easier.
That cup of coffee you're drinking today is costing Canadians more. Good morning. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. That is, of course, according to a new snapshot, the cost of living through the overall trend. It appears to be moving in the right direction, but as CTV's Adrian Gabriel reports, the numbers could mean financial hardship for you and for interest rates.
Putting the brakes on inflation at the pumps. Canada's annual inflation rate landed at 2.3% in January, a slight dip from 2.4% in December, with the price of gasoline driving the decline, dipping by more than 16% year over year.
Pretty good print with prices heading in the right direction.
After years of driving inflation, the cost of shelter is now actually helping keep things grounded.
Whether that's ownership costs, or we're seeing that rents overall are decelerating. I would say that big contributing factor to CPI continues to move in the right direction.
The same can't be said at the grocery store, where a 4.8% overall increase is leaving Canadians with a bitter taste.
It's getting out of hand for sure.
You came to spend $20 and you spend a couple hundred.
While rice, fresh vegetables, and eggs have decelerated, ground beef is up by more than 22% year over year. Nuts and seeds have spiked more than 13%, with roasted and ground coffee boiling over at more than 37%.
It's products that are affected by specific circumstances that are driving prices up.
Coffee yields, according to one economist, are being impacted by climate change. Droughts in recent years have in part led to Canadian farmers reducing their number of cattle to a near 40-year low.
Often we say when price goes up, demand goes down, and we're not very quick to stop eating beef. I expect that we'll see higher beef prices sustained for a few years.
While food costs remain a concern, overall the current rate of inflation is being pitched as a positive, even as the outlook remains murky, with so much riding on the whims of a U.S. administration and vital free trade negotiations.
Some economists believe there's a good chance that interest rates will hold when the Bank of Canada announces its next decision on March 18th, though GDP and unemployment could factor in to future rate decisions in April and June. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Alberta is spending $400 million for new water bombers to step up its fight against wildfire.
This is an investment in public safety, in the lives of Albertans, protection of their property, protection of our communities.
The province secured the agreement with de Havilland Canada to acquire 5 new aircraft. The planes will be built in Alberta as well. These new models will be compliant with Alberta's existing fleet, or complement Alberta's existing fleet, rather, of 4 water bombers flying 15% faster. The project is expected to create and sustain roughly 1,000 jobs. The first aircraft is set to arrive by spring 2031, with the remaining planes delivered over the following 2 years. Now to the shooting at the high school hockey game in Rhode Island that left 2 people dead. Stephanie Ramos with the latest.
My wife and I were there just to enjoy the family day.
This morning, the Good Samaritan who helped stop a gunman during a deadly shooting at a high school hockey game in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, is speaking out.
I was watching the games looking to my left, and in front of me, you heard a bang, bang.
The chaos erupting just after 2:30 Monday afternoon. Players still on the ice as nearly a dozen gunshots were fired. Fans ducking and scrambling for cover.
I remember looking up at the clock, and it was 10 minutes and 12 seconds.
Authorities investigating this video that appears to show the suspect, 56-year-old Robert Dorgan, wearing a white hat, pulling a gun, and moving through the crowd. Moments later, Michael Black is seen rushing in.
As the gun was extended and my wife went running, and as soon as she cleared my sight is when I stood up on the bleachers and I jumped towards the shooter.
Black telling us his finger became lodged in the gun's chamber, preventing it from firing again, but the suspect reached for his second firearm.
I saw panic on his face, and I'm looking at him, and he's got the gun.
Dorgan then used that second gun to kill himself.
Their courage undoubtedly prevented further loss and injury, and we thank them for that.
Investigators say the shooting stemmed from a family dispute, confirming the two people killed were Dorgan's ex-wife, Rhonda Dorgan, and his adult son, Aiden Dorgan. Black and his wife were separated in the melee. She had some choice words for him when they were reunited.
It was a typical wife's response that, honey, I'm very proud of you for what you did, but I'm also pissed off at you. It was my wife's loving response. But it was a great hug.
Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
A team of aviation enthusiasts are working to get their latest project off the ground, quite literally. Hallie Mandrick reports.
This J3 Cub airplane was sitting in a barn for nearly 35 years before the team of volunteers at the Saskatchewan Aviation Museum started giving it a new life.
It was exactly what we wanted. I mean, it was an older airplane that has had very little work done on it, but we figured that bones of the airplane were in good condition. We knew it needed new fabric and a lot of work, but the skeleton of the airplane was in good shape, so we thought it was a prime candidate to rebuild.
After 2 months and an estimated 640 hours of work, the plane, which is from just after the Second World War, has started to take shape.
This is a Cub before they were a Piper Cub. This is built in Hamilton. It's one of 134 ever made in Canada, and we have one of the few of them that is still around.
The plane's previous owner, Gordon Gwillim, donated the aircraft to the museum shortly before his death in December of last year. The restoration team is planning to pay tribute to Gwillim as a thank you for keeping the aircraft in such good condition for more than 3 decades and sharing it with the museum.
Yellow, that was originally what Cubs were all painted, but this one we're going to paint it white with red speed lines, and we're going to put the name of the owner on the side of the airplane in memory of him.
The museum is actively fundraising for the $40,000 needed to complete the project, and the restoration team is putting in many hours, but they say it's a labor of love.
Well, if we don't do it, who's going to do it? You know, that's basically it. And we enjoy doing it, the work here. It's challenging at times. We thought we'd be way ahead at 500. We're at 640 now, and it'll be 2,000 at least. Everybody's a volunteer. Nobody's getting paid.
The team estimates that they're about halfway towards their fundraising goal and are optimistic to see the plane in the air by June. Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
I hope Hallie gets the first flight. The newly rebranded Saskatoon Mamba released their first set of uniforms for the upcoming CEBL season. It's known as the Aurora Kit 1.0. Team has leaned into the Northern Lights color inspiration. Flashy colorway is a snakeskin pattern, a combination of the team's long-standing snake identity and the land of the living skies the team plays under. What do you think? Today marks the beginning of Ramadan for Muslims around the world.
This is a month of compassion, and when the community comes together.
It's a month of fasting during daylight hours. Muslims use the time for prayer and reflection from dawn until sunset, meaning they don't eat or drink during daylight hours. For the first time in about 2 decades, Canada's approximately 1.8 million Muslims are marking the entire month of Ramadan in winter. If you're celebrating, good luck. I'm very hungry already, and it's, what, almost 8:30. It's a mess out there. We should have got a Skycam shot of Albert Street. It is, woo.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's a snow globe.
It's going to get worse before it gets better, and we will start to see it get better, but we've got to wait into the afternoon. Now, let's take a look at the morning view, which is brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Minus 13 is the current temperature here in Regina. As you can tell, visibility is not great. If you're off on your morning commute, please be careful. Keep an eye on Highway Hotline because things are not looking great so far. However, in Saskatoon, still looking snowy, but significantly better than what we're seeing here in Regina. Minus 16 currently in Saskatoon, expecting to see some of that snow sticking around until about 5 p.m. Let's look over at our futurecast now, where we can see that system of snow moving through the province. We still are under those 2 advisories, a yellow blowing snow warning and an orange snowfall warning. So this means visibility is still pretty decreased, and that snow is expected until later on here this afternoon. So we will be experiencing it today and into tomorrow. We'll start to see those skies clearing up. For our current temperatures in the province, Buffalo Narrows -21, Stony Rapids -30. Hudson Bay -15, Spiritwood -18, Kindersley -23, we've got Weyburn at -13, Yorkton -12, East End at -24. Here's a look at our highs for today throughout the province, seeing those scattered flurries remaining. Battleford's -17, Prince Albert -14, Estevan -7, Moose Jaw -14. Now for our 5-day forecast right here in Regina, we'll be seeing about -11 for our high today. Seeing that snow stick around as well until about 1 p.m. And tonight we'll be reaching -18 for our low. Tomorrow in the Regina area, we'll start to see those skies clear up here, -19, and starting to see some of that sun coming through. On Friday, we're wrapping up the week with -17, and over the weekend, -18 on Saturday, -17 on Sunday. Over to Saskatoon, -14 is that high for today. Seeing that snow stick around just a little bit longer until about 5 p.m. Tonight, reaching -23 for the low. Tomorrow, still some cloud cover in the sky, but -20 for that high. Friday, -21, and over the weekend, we'll be seeing those temperatures continue to be pretty chilly. However, that sun's coming out Saturday, -21, and Sunday, -18. February marks Black History Month around Canada, a time to learn, listen, and reflect on the history of Black Canadians. Here to share more on how to build an inclusive and understanding community is Sharon McKenga with Gateways Counseling. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Let's start off with a little overview on what Black History Month is.
Yeah, Black History Month provides an important opportunity to honor African Canadians by celebrating their many achievements and contributions. This month also recognizes the significant impact African Canadian communities have had on shaping Canada's heritage and identity. Being a mother of 3, so elementary and high school, it's been really important for me to instill that within the household, but then also within community, being a community advocate myself. Being originated from Uganda and then also born in Stockholm, Sweden, it's been really paramount for me to really bring this to the forefront, knowing how important it is, not only to my own identity, but my mental well-being. Black History Month encourages us to reflect on the achievements and challenges of our community, and it highlights the ongoing need for greater awareness about race, equity, and accessible mental health supports.
All right, and there's so much history that goes behind Black History Month. Can you give me a little overview on what that is?
Yeah, so despite significant contributions, the role of African peoples and our communities have often been overlooked in the Canadian history. For example, some of the loyalists, dating all the way back from 1812, the War of the American Revolution, there was Black slaves that were also brought over that had influenced the inclusivity of the Canadian society. Many Canadians are unaware of the African people that were once enslaved, yet they benefit from the outcomes that they have contributed into. Black History Month is recognized in Canada as a time to reflect, educate, and promote awareness of historical and contemporary experiences of African Canadians. By sharing these stories, Canadians can better appreciate the rich and varied history that has shaped the country, fostering great understanding and unity.
And how can we get out and participate in Black History Month?
Yeah, so being able to participate in Black History Month, a part of it is being able to increase education and awareness by accessing resources such as the University of Saskatchewan or University of Regina, alongside other organizations, the Saskatchewan African Canadian Heritage Museum, as well as Afro Mentorship Initiative, which is an organization that focuses on inclusive representation, as well as tools and supports both virtually and in person.
some great events coming up. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Yes, thank you.
This is former NHL superstar Pavel Bure, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012. Known as the Russian Rocket during his NHL days, we found rare footage of him before the NHL playing for the Soviet Union at the World Juniors in Saskatoon in 1990. He was known for his speed and stick handling ability. We also found footage of him scoring a goal on a breakaway against the United States during a game held in Prince Albert at what is now known as the Art Hauser Center. He would go on to win a silver medal with Russia at the Olympics in '98 and a bronze in 2002. We also found some rare local camera footage of Eric Lindros during World Junior Camp in 1990, showing his strength, size, and power. Here he is when asked about the pressure of representing Canada.
There's nothing really you can do about it. It's going to be there for a while, and you have to adapt to it.
Lindros won Olympic gold with Canada in 2002. Same with Owen Nolan, also spotted here at the same World Junior Camp when he was just 18 years old.
Well, last year I tried a finesse game and it just didn't work. My game's a bump and grind, and that's what I did out there, and I think I had a fairly good game.
And yeah, you gotta love those 3D style numbers on the back of those uniforms.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and wood finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Greetings, everyone. A very special birthday was celebrated at the University of Saskatchewan this month. A space dedicated to supporting and celebrating the success of Indigenous students has been in operation for 10 years. CTV's Hallie Mandrick was at the celebration and brings us the story.
The University of Saskatchewan's Gordon Oaks Red Bear Student Centre celebrated a milestone birthday.
I'm having a hard day. The center's here for me. If I need like a friend to talk to, the center's here for me. If you're hungry, the center's here for you. I mean, really, if I have anything that I need ever, the center has a program or someone here to help, and they want to help us. That's their goal.
Gordon Oaks Centre was created in 2016 to support the personal, social, cultural, and academic success of Métis, First Nations, and Inuit students. A recent celebration was hosted at the centre, giving staff and students the opportunity to share how the space has impacted their experience on campus.
You can kind of come here and you can kind of take that mask off. There's a lot more understanding about where you come from, where your background is, and you kind of have to, you can open up a lot more around people that have similar backgrounds as you, and it's a lot more comfortable.
Graham says the centre has proved to be much more than just another building on campus for many students.
We create spaces like this that aren't just a building that the government was like, here you go, or the school is like, here you go. It's actually a community of people. It makes Indigenous groups want to come together, want to connect. The elders want to come here and teach the youth.
In the 10 years of the centre's existence, it's left a lasting impression on those who walk through its doors.
Talking to a few of my professors, and they did their undergrad, and then this just began, and so hearing stories from them of what it meant to them and how that meant for even student leadership, but just having a permanent spot where you can kind of dig your roots in and actually build from there was a big thing.
For Indigenous Circle, I'm Hallie Mandrick.
If you have a story you would like to see in this segment, here's how to reach us. You can contact me by email, and you can also watch past episodes and segments of Indigenous Circle on our CTV Regina and CTV Saskatoon websites.
Indigenous Circle is brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Indigenous Enterprise Foundation, growing the First Nation entrepreneurial spirit.
I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Yes, that's Martin Scorsese as a voice actor in The Mandalorian and Grogu. Pedro Pascal and Sigourney Weaver lead the cast of the first big-screen Star Wars installment in 7 years. The official trailer just dropped. The film opens in theaters May 22nd.
I
think I try to keep a positive attitude wherever I go.
McKenna Grace reportedly is getting her Scooby on. Variety and Deadline report the actress has been cast as the young Daphne Blake in Netflix's live-action Scooby-Doo series. The show will explore how the Mystery Incorporated gang got together.
It's easy to say it's the drugs, but what about if it's me? What about if it's really Billy who's doing this?
Billy Idol Should Be Dead looks at how the punk pioneer survived to become a music and cultural icon. This is a first-look clip from the feature-length documentary, which opens in L.A. February 23rd, New York February 25th, and wider on the 26th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Finding out.
A man from Wisconsin has a passion for fishing.
He's taken that passion and turned it into something creative.
Yeah, you can say that. Tim Elliott shows us the porta potty that he's converted into an ice fishing shanty, and he calls it the Crappie Shack.
When it's cold in Wisconsin and the lakes are frozen,
you know, let's just do it.
Sometimes you just gotta go.
The Crappie Shack, I mean, it's just perfect.
Ice fishing.
We're learning new things with it all the time, so it's just going to get better and better.
Jeremy Barnett is a construction worker by trade.
I've spent quite a bit of time in a porta potty.
He says a few years ago, he came up with the idea to turn an old porta potty
into
an ice fishing shanty.
You know, when you're on the job site and all you have is a porta potty and it's 0 degrees out, you know, you're sitting on it and you're freezing. And you're thinking, well, I might as well just be on a lake fishing.
He's fishing on Black Hawk Lake in Cobb, Wisconsin.
I just like sitting in here and jigging for fish, you know, and I can do it all day.
Inside, it's a tight fit.
And it's reasonably comfortable for one guy.
But Barnett has all the creature comforts that you could want.
I got the heater up here, and then I got a little cabinet for the electronics here. And then my jigging holes. This whole thing lights up, and this roof just turns straight bright yellow. But yeah, I got the TV mount here, and it actually holds heat pretty well. And when I first made it, it had a flat seat, so it wasn't real comfortable, so I contoured it so it kind of hugs your butt.
And when this spot is all fished out, the Crappie Shack sits on skis, so Barnett can move easily elsewhere on the ice.
Everybody wants to see it, you know.
The Crappie Shack gets a ton of visitors.
Oh, they love it. They love it. They laugh. They laugh about it, and they think it's really cool.
But for Barnett, being in nature and doing what he loves is the real catch.
I just like hanging out with the fellas, you know. It's camaraderie or whatever. But yeah, I love ice fishing.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Just relax, you know. I'm not at work, so that's good. Yeah, it'd be nice to catch a fish on camera, though, like a big one.
Wow.
I'm waiting for your reaction. You want several, don't you?
I want at least 6, yeah.
Jeremy, would you take that out to your favorite fishing hole up in Nipawin area there?
No, fishing is a social thing. One person in that tiny little thing, no.
Think of all the people you would attract trying to use sure, they'd be trying to use the bathroom, but they at least come say hi.
That's not what we want.
All right, time for your sidebar. If you're out there and you've got a Crappie Shack, you email me. I'll come do a story on you. Absolutely. I'll bring Janelle. She'll try it out too.
Sounds great.
The annual Mardi Gras party is underway in New Orleans.
Ooh, boy.
Maybe this is more your speed, Janelle. Mardi Gras celebrations filling the streets of New Orleans as Christians mark Shrove Tuesday yesterday. Lent now underway. Are you giving up anything for Lent?
That's a great question. Are you?
I give up things every year. I gave up fast food for New Year's, which carries into Lent. Does that count?
Sure.
That was in 2012, and I'm still going.
That's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah. Impressive.
It became a problem, JD. Became a problem.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, life of a journalist, right? You go to the story, grab something to eat. You go to the next story, grab something to eat.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's became a problem.
Yes.
Do you own a pair of Crocs? Either of you?
No.
No?
I
JD,
do.
Crocs, you have a pair?
Yeah.
Bailey in studio here has every pair ever made, and here's a chance to upgrade
really?
them. Oh, Lego collaborated with Crocs to create this real-life version. Block feet. Bailey, on camera, do you want these?
This is for
you.
you.
You have an order already in? You can just shake your head. I know you don't have a mic on.
These are fun.
She doesn't want, she's like, don't pay attention to me. Don't look at me. Don't talk about me. It's not my birthday. They're going for $200.
Sharp corners.
Maybe we can get them for a birthday.
Yeah, too pointy.
Too pointy. We can build on each other.